On my next attention-seeking move is this video. What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurt. As you can tell from the title, this video is probably going to end up being a rant. Now, this was going to come and sit down Sunday, but I thought I need to get this out now. Because Doloscraft's coming up. I've got a video on Doloscraft to come. I'm really excited for it. I spent a lot of time choosing plugins, a lot of help with people on generally Storm, and built a few buildings on the server Spawn, and also helped me get a lot of plugins because I wouldn't know where to start, and he did suggest a lot of the plugins on there, so big thumbs up to Storm and thanks to him. But I've bone to pick with people, and basically I've got a little update, and so it's not going to be about me, what I've been doing, because I've been busy at work, I've been busy in life. That's just been it. No update on that. I have got an update on my YouTube channel and my YouTube life, I suppose. Now, recently I was kicked from Hexonai, removed, but whatever word you want to use, I was taken away from Hexonai, and that to me was what stunned me. I didn't see it coming. You know, admittedly I knew it was only a matter of time. Because you look at the people on there and the people around YouTube, people have got a lot more to offer than me. So I knew, you know, video-wise, if Toby, what he said was going to be right, and, you know, get the numbers down, which I think was a good move for Hexonai, you know, down to about 6 people. I don't know if that was including him or not. I reckon there was more people that could give more to me than me. And, you know, I'd happily make way. I'd have liked to still be involved in Hexonai, helping it, like to see it grow. Unfortunately, no, now I have to do that from afar as a subscriber, and you know, look at the content from there, like the content and all that. And you know, I wish it goes well. For something that I started and I want to see grow, I hope it does do well. But that's not why I'm here. Why I'm here is because I want to talk about a few things. And basically, I don't want to say call people out, but it generally will be perceived as that. So when I was removed from Hexonai, I'm going to have to go and find the message. But there was a big message out from Storm, basically just saying about negativity. He said removed me, Fish, Spinier and Fortify, saying it has big plans. I got it up now. Hello, important news. Has big plans, and I'm not going to let negative people ruin Hexonai. Now, Spinier is like an awesome guy. All he does is just call you senpai. I think that's from an anime, I'm not sure. Fortify is just generally nice, and you know, makes great content, let's be honest. Probably, well, easily a better YouTuber than me. And you also got Zach, who has been away with school and, you know, getting stuff together and personal life and everything. So that was directed at me originally, and I read through it a bit more, and not negativity get to Hexonai. So I thought, well, I don't agree with that, because I felt like I was being singled out, because there's no way Fortify or Zach were going to be negative, because you know, they were barely talking on the chat. Because they were busy, and you know, 45 time zones as well, being the only Australian there. You know, he's always in the complete opposite end of the world. And Spinier, like I said, just talked to everyone. There was no negativity from him. You know, like in the Doloscraft chat, just calls you senpai, comments on things, chats with people. That's about it. So it was directed at me. And so, you know, I questioned basically why after I saw it. Basically, I said, "Rip Kurt Johan." Oops, I've just realised Skaters removed their message. And I said, looks like all my hard work I put into Hexonai hasn't been appreciated. And then I just put hashtag RIP and hashtag sadface, just looking like I couldn't end it like that. I think Mexican put, you did some work, but it wasn't all you, please stop. And that's how he said, no, your work was there, it was other reasons why you was removed. So in the end, there was a big argument. I'm not going to get into details, so I don't want to call people out exactly on what they said. There's loads of details. I wanted to fight with a few people, and I was trying to keep it jokey, but of course people couldn't. And every time I tried to end it, it wouldn't, and there'd be more comments. I just think I've got to end this. In the end, you know, I tried linking a Twitter status, you know, hashtag RIP Kurtyo, and that still didn't work. You know, lots of other things didn't work, and in the end, I think I just stopped talking. In the end, I can't be able to read through the rest of this, to be honest. And so I started talking to Toby, because I felt like negativity, so that was obviously put that one video in which they said they've got nothing, they've got no beef with me in the video. And I spoke to Toby, and, you know, as much as like you know, I say things in the heat of the moment, I admit that, and I got a few things wrong, I got a few things right, you know, both sides admitted that, me and Toby, when we talked about it, and he said parts of it made him laugh, like for example, one member, which I constantly attacked as being a little bit of a bitch, not going to mention any names again, you can probably figure out for yourself who I'm talking about, and so that was that. And all of a sudden I removed, kicked, whatever word you want to use, and the only reason I found out so far is negativity. So I talked to Toby. I say it was a discussion, but with words. So what I mean by that isn't just not just normal discussion, but with like important words in there. So it was like, oh, this needs to be noted. You need to take time. You need to read through everything. You don't just rush through and write something and hit the moment. You want to think about things, and that's what both sides did. There was like a good 6-7 minutes between each message, and so I looked, and in the end I got a message that says I treat you with respect because, and again, probably got this wrong. The reason you were kicked was from complaints from other members. A lot like Cassia, if the whole group says get rid of them, it has to be done. And he also said it hurts kicking you. My eyes, it did help. Blah blah blah. The rest of that. So that led to the negativity was one reason, but the reason I got from Toby, the owner, was I've received a lot of complaints from people, you know, and so I've been doing the maths, and this is the fun part for me. This is the part where the video title links in. So I got kicked with 3 people: Fish, Fortify, and Spinia, and I'm also going to use the Skype chat. Basically, the Skype chat's still there of all people before I got kicked. So basically, I've got all the people on the thing. So I'm just going to, on my screen, for reasons so I can look at them, I highlighted the 3 people that got kicked with me. Spinny, I've got no problem with on my server, and you know, we're cool. Fish is my oldest YouTube friend, and we'll always be cool, and we'll always be close because it was the first person I ever collabed with, and I think I was the first person he ever collabed with. So there's always that bond there. He was my first and true collab. Yeah, that's it. And Fortify, I recently joined his stream today, and you know, we're still cool. You know, like I say, he doesn't really have any enemies on YouTube. Of course, I have enemies because I say things in the heat of the moment. I pick fights. You know, I try to wind people up, whatever you want to call it, all that. And I just don't like people being stupid in group chats, and you know, that has led to me being, you know, having 2 fights with 2 people, one of which I've resolved, which is Shattered, which I'm great to say, and we get along fine now. There's no arguments there. One of which was, I'm not going to mention his name, but that thing didn't end well, and I ended up getting told to go die, which was fun, I suppose, if you can call it that. But I'll get back onto the point. So there's 13 people in Hexonai. This taking me away. There's putting me in, there's 14. Taking me out, there's 13. Taking Spinny up, Fortify, and Fish out, there is 10 now, from 13 to 10. And I've got no quarrels with them. And so the next part I'm going to highlight is all the people I've taken out, and people that are on Doloscraft. So that is Mexican, Skater, James. I think I've got no problems with. I'm pretty sure I'm okay with him. Same with Richard. Same with Sauron. Same with Storm. So that then adds up to, let me do the maths, 9 people highlighted. And my question to these 6 people is that, you know, I was kicked for being or having a lot of complaints from other people. So my big question is to you: do you dislike me? Is it a point where you need to get him out? If so, tell me. Don't say it behind my back. Don't speak to other people about it. I know, and I'm not saying I don't do it. Everyone does it. You know, no one can say, you know, oh, I don't bitch in my life, because you can do it. It's just like clicking your fingers, I suppose. It's just habit. You just do it, and you just running around. I don't click my fingers, and you just do it. It's by accident or deliberately, and you just don't notice. Whatever it is, everyone does, you know, things that they say they don't, and it's just being humans. So there's 6 people left in Hexonai, discounting Spinia. There would be 7 with Spinia, but with 10 people left in Hexonai, there is 6 people in also just in Craft. So my question to those 6 people is: do you dislike me to the point where you have to get me out of Hexonai? I was just normal director. I stepped down from everything else, from Hexonai News, CCO, Uploader, whatever you want to call the jobs. I stepped down from all of them, and you know, I want to know: have you got problems with me? Because if so, why are you still on the server? Why have you not left the server? If I'm such a big problem that people are complaining about me, and in the end you have to cave in and say, Toby had to cave in and say, you know what, in the end you have to go because I'm getting loads of complaints, then why are you still on the server? If you can't stand me, why are you on my server? It's a big question, because it's run by me. I own it, so I pay for it. I say it's run, I say 50-50. Occasionally I'll drop down to 40 or 30 and Storm will take over a lot, which again I credit him for that. And he has done a lot for Craft. When I've been very busy, you know, he's stepped up, like he's doing with Hexonai now. He's stepping up permanently, and like I said from the start, he will do a good job, and he has done a good job so far. The viewing, likes, you know, and the lack of dislikes as well. Only 1 dislike, which I was surprised he even got a dislike, to be honest, on the video. You know, I'm glad that it's starting to receive that way, because now Hexonai can grow again, unlike the old regime it was under. So my question is, like, why are you staying on the server? Because if it's such a big concern, like you need to get me out, surely then your main priority should be, oh, I need to get rid of him from my YouTube, from my life in general, so I'm going to leave the server. Because what's the point in keeping, if I'm going to be, you know, receiving complaints, why would I want to keep anyone on my server that doesn't like me, that's going to complain about me? Because you'd be playing on my Minecraft server and complaining about me at the same time, not standing me, sending complaints in maybe to Storm, and then him saying that you need to, you know, do this, or people considering leaving and all that. Why? If that is the real reason. If that isn't the real reason, and it was down to negativity, I don't think I've had much negativity. I posted that video, and like I said with Toby, you know, there's some things I did get wrong, you know, which I can admit now. Hold my hands up. I got some things wrong. I also got some things right, which again, Toby held his hands up and says, you know, that's right. And that's talking, what talking does. In the video, there was no beef. You know, I've spoke to people within Hexonai who've all been fine since then. So, where's the negativity coming from? And if it's neither of those reasons, what is the real reason? And let's say, for example, all 6 of the people I've mentioned, so Mexican Girl Gamer, Skater Girl, James, British Yetis or Richards, Sauron and Storm, let's say they're all cool with me. That then leaves 4 members. 4 people left in the chat. You can probably see that on the screen on the bottom because it's quite thin on the Skype, at least on my Skype. 4 people that leaves, and for me, if the reason is most people are sending in complaints, it's like the cashier situation, 4 people is not most. 4 people, let's say, out of 10 is not most. 4 people out of 13, or 14 including me, is not a lot. And if so, if 4 people are only doing it, the best thing to do is take me aside and say, look, people complain about this, you know, what's your to say on this? I don't think I'm going to get back into Hexonai. I don't hold my hopes up, and to be honest, from what's happened, I doubt it. I've got no problems with anyone in there. No problems. But if they've got problems with me, then, you know, please come and speak to me about it. Because I need to know. For the server's sake, and also for everyone's sake. Because there's 2 different reasons at the moment. One of which, I don't understand how, because that's all been solved, and I've held my hands up, and I apologise for stuff that I have said in that video, which is going to be the only reason as to the negativity. And B, the other reason is complaints. I need to know. And if you have had complaints and you want to stay on the server, then tell me how I can improve. What I've done wrong, how I can improve. Rather than just saying, I don't like him, we need to get him out. That's not the way to do it. And, you know, I'll link back to the cashier situation. I said I didn't mention her name earlier. Okay, there you go. It's the only way I can relate to things. But the cashier situation, she was kicked because a lot of complaints went into her. She was kicked, I think, a day after I resigned, which is a bummer for me. I was campaigning for it for so long, and the day after I resigned, it happens. I was so gutted. The nasty, the evil side of me coming out there. But the thing that I did was, she knew that I didn't like her, and I knew that she didn't like me. We made that obvious to each other from the start. And I said I don't like this. I'm pretty sure I could get it up, but I think we're not friends on Skype anymore. So I don't think I can get the conversations up. I think it's too old anyway, so Skype. Otherwise, at least I'm not sure how Skype works. I don't know if I can go that far. I'm not good with Skype. I just click on people on the contacts, or if they're not on my contacts, then so be it. But it was pretty clear that we didn't like each other. We made that clear to each other. Got in a lot of arguments in the first couple of weeks, and I think everyone had it pretty obvious. We didn't like each other. There were constant comments, even though we managed to get through a podcast whilst we were arguing without actually saying mean words to each other. I'm not too sure how we did that. I'm not too sure how we ended up being in the same podcast, bearing in mind people knew what we thought of each other. But there you go. And in the end, after months and months of campaigning, she got removed. Which begs the next question. How long has this been going on for? Because I think she got removed, I think if I got that, to say for example, 20th of, I think it was about 20th of April, to have a random guess. And she must have got removed the day after, so 21st, 22nd. If that took like 2 or 3 months, then, I got kicked. Let's go back onto the important chat, or the information chat. The message was sent on Tuesday, and Tuesday is, sorry for this unorganised ways, is the 18th. So, that is, let's say it's 2-3 months. We're now thinking if it's 2 to 3 months, let's say 3 months for example, we're back in the 18th of May, or around there. And like the end of May, start of June. If it's been going on from that long, why has nothing been said to me? I made it clear I didn't like her for these reasons, and I didn't give her ways to improve, because in the end the inactivity came in, and I was told to just leave it, so I just left it. So there's all the stuff I can say. How long has this been going on for? I don't know. And if these 2 reasons aren't the reasons, then what are the reasons? I want to know, because I don't know. I'm going to carry on. If I'm an arsehole, let's say, I'm going to carry on being an arsehole. And if you're on the server, you're just going to complain about me even more and bitch behind my back even more. So come, not just say it to my face and say, right, you're a dickhead, you smell like cheese, I say. I know that's a very bad insult. But, it's more about saying, like, the reasons were I said this and I wanted you to go, and that is the reason why you went in the end. I didn't like what you did this, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, all of the information on the table, and I'll think, right, so obviously I've got all this information. Let's say, for example, I've been throwing insults at one member. Let's say, for example, I'm throwing insults at Fish. I know Fish won't mind me mentioning him. Oh, at least I hope not. If not, then I've made another enemy, for goodness sake. Not going well for me at the moment, is it? But, let's say I was constantly abusing Fish whenever he talks. Shut up, get in your place, your mum's a hobbit, voice crack, your mum voice cracks, I don't know, stuff like that. And I didn't like that. That means that, oh, I got this back, and I get back from a few people the same thing. I think, right, obviously, I have been abusing him. I need to apologise for that, basically internet bullying, and I need to, stop. I'm going to apologise to him. We can improve from there. So that's that dealt with easily. The situation has gone out the window, and well, not gone out the window as in like, oh, good. Well, looks like it's out there forever. Gone out the window as in like, well, chucked in the bin. We've got that complaint in the paper. We've scrunched it up. We've chucked it in the bin. That's dealt with. I've done well with that, and I'm going to improve on that. So it's in the bin. Next one, work through him like that. Why wasn't that done? How are you meant to improve in person if you don't get feedback? That's like saying my editing. Let's say my editing skills are poor. Let's say they're not the best, but they're not the worst. They were poor at the start. Let's say I'm going to be honest. They were very poor. It's like me saying, oh, comment on my editing skills. Let's say like 10 people replied back saying, oh no, really good editing, well done. I'm going to continue thinking, oh, you know what, I thought this was bad, but actually it's really good. Until, you know, people start saying, oh, well, we're not looking at videos anymore because the editing's bad. And I find out a lot of people are saying that. How am I meant to improve it? How am I meant to know? Because I'm not told. Put it like that. And if you were in your shoes, you know, if you were kicked for, you know, a lot of complaints, would you want to know? I would want to know. Because, you know, I'd like to think I can improve. And I would have liked to think I still had a future in Hexonai. But unfortunately, I don't. You know, and with people, whether it's negativity for some odd reason, or people sending in a lot of complaints about me, I'll have a future in Hexonai. What I do from here is I continue without Hexonai in my YouTube life. That's all. Whether I get asked to come back in, I doubt it. Because, like I say, with me leaving, I did try to, admittedly, I'm not saying, like, when I said before, like, I did try to end it. In the end, I tried to end it. At the start, I was very much just saying, like, I don't get it. I was trying arguing back with people, and I'm just saying, argue back, like, oh, I'm going to stop it. You know, so I put Rip Kurt Yo, put all this stuff. I like, Sauron would have said Kurt take cover, and I put, and you can do /me on Skype, and I put Kurt Yo takes cover and praise. Still, you know, all that sort of stuff. And I was trying to end it. In the end, you know, I think what ended it was Storm coming in and saying blame Spinnier, or something like that. I'm not sure, or something. I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. But there we have it. That is my latest view whoring experience, as you might want to call it. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Don't bother with likes or dislikes. I don't want to see that. What I want to see is in the comments or Skype message or whatever. If you have complained about me and your Hexonai and you're in Doluscraft as well, you know, why haven't you left the server? If this is the right reason, if you haven't got any complaints with me, then just say you don't mind me, because, like I say, I look in at the Hexonai group, I have no problems with anyone. I like everyone, I like everyone's videos, I like everyone's content, I like everyone as a person, and what can I say about that? You know, I'd like to think I had a good relationship with everyone. Obviously, that was chucked out the window when I found out I was kicked, not only for negativity, but for a lot of complaints. So I want to know, from a personal point of view, because I feel like I had friendships, and now I've just chucked, you know, I feel like 13 of them just been gone out the window. What can I do? But anyways, I think I've been talking for too long, 23 minutes, and the sun is there. Brilliant, I've just noticed that. I just clicked back on my camera. But thank you guys for watching anyway. If you like this video, leave a like, or dislike. I don't mind. I'm not gonna bother. I really don't mind about dislikes or likes. Just comment. Comment what you dislike about me. If you dislike me, if you don't, then just say, you know, I've got no quarrels with you. Or if you don't want to do it, I understand doing it in a YouTube comment or in a group chat is very, you know, like, what's the point in that? I'm trying to get my mouth up so you can see me. I'm gonna say like that now. But you know, private message me on Skype what I did wrong, and you know, I won't find it offensive. I won't get into an argument with you. I'll just be, you know, thanking you for the fact that I can now improve as a person, like I would have done if I was still in Hexonai and I was given that chance. Anyways, hope you've all enjoyed this video. Remember to PM me on Skype, even if you weren't in Doluscraft, if you had any problems with me, or if you didn't, so I can see how many of you actually had complaints with me and what I can do to improve on that. But thank you guys for watching, and peace.